Hey, happy Monday. It is Monday, December 23rd. 2 days till Christmas. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how fast this year is going by. In fact, it's so fast that we are a week off and we are going to be starting a new decade. Wow. It's not just a brand new year, but a brand new decade. It's crazy, right? I don't know about you, but I remember now for those of you who maybe followed the whole thing, this whole scare around December 12th, 2012, how it was supposed to be the end of the world. Well, now we are like what? We're almost 8 years past, actually, we are 8 years past that, right? Yeah, 7 years past that. So it's like crazy. So it's like amazing how just time flies so quickly. So as you can see, today's topic is around learning to love yourself. And yes, it is very important. In fact, it's vitally important to your emotional well-being. It's essential for our emotional well-being to achieve self-awareness around our emotions so that we make better decisions on how we respond when we are triggered based on how we are feeling. Now, achieving self-awareness means taking time to really getting to know who you are. Yes, you have to know yourself. Being open to change because change is inevitable, and embracing that pivoting may be part of the process. In fact, it's really a piece of the puzzle that we oftentimes resist along with change. Not only do we kind of go kicking and screaming a lot of the time because we don't like change, because we like things going the way they're going. Like, why fix it if it's not broke, why fix it, right? But sometimes things change for a reason, and if we're open to that, and embracing that pivoting may be part of the process. Well, it just can open you up to new connections, new possibilities that are waiting for you around the corner that you were not expecting. Hello, I'm Leslie Gadet, and I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients achieve self-awareness around their emotions so that they can handle their triggers, manage their emotions, and live a more positive life. So thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you coming on. This week, I want to talk to you about self-love, and today's topic is about learning to love yourself. And I cannot begin to tell you how vitally important it is to love yourself fully and wholly, as this feeling, this state of mind will get you further in life with more joy and purpose, because you're not only putting your best foot forward when you strive to achieve something, whatever you're trying to go for, your goals, but you're also putting your best version of you into the mix. Being the best version of you is really important. But before I get started, let me first explain real quick what I've got behind me. This is called the trigger cycle. And what this is a cycle that we go through, sometimes multiple, we go through every day, but sometimes multiple times a day. So as you can see, we've got triggers. What triggers do is they're an event, they evoke an emotion, it fuels our emotion. The emotion is the piece that drives our response and the things that we say and we do. And when we have our response provides a positive or negative result. So some triggers would be like the anniversary date of loss or trauma, family friction, scary news event. It could be isolation or overwhelm, feelings of being judged or criticized, the ending of a personal or professional relationship. So those are some things that could trigger an emotion. So again, as I said, the trigger is an event. Now, I talked about some of those triggers that I talked about are based on our own personal experiences, right? So what can happen is those are internal, but then you have external things, such as something can happen that's not even related to what you're going through, but it could be a person, a place, a sound, a smell, something just happens and it evokes that emotion that you have based around something that's happened, and that will then enhance that feeling. So as I said, that trigger will fuel our emotion meaning how we show up and the things that we say and we do. Typically, if they are negative, it takes us down that road to guilt, shame, and regret, meaning once we've had time to think about it, we've cooled off, we've thought about what we've said or done, and now we have to go back and fix it, right? And so that keeps us with one foot in the past, and we're not in our present life, we're not looking to what we're doing today with, and then with hopes of looking to our future. So that is what a negative response is. Now, if you have self-awareness around what triggers are, what your triggers are, and how you typically show up when you're emotionally triggered, then you'll be able to make better decisions on that, based around that. And you have a healthier lifestyle, meaning you can look forward, you can be present in your life, and then look forward with clarity, purpose, and focus on what clarity and focus, and have a purpose on like what it is that you want to do with your life. So that in a nutshell is what this is behind me. It's the trigger cycle. As I said, it's on repeat, sometimes multiple times a day. So with that being said, Why is loving yourself so important? Well, it will show up in your attitude, right? Your attitude about who you will be is apparent on your face. So if you love yourself, it's apparent on your face, it's apparent in your body language and how you interact with others, and the things that you say, the things that you do. It shows up in every aspect of your life. When you love yourself, you present yourself to the world in a whole different light than when you don't particularly like who you are. You interact with others more confidently. You have more confidence in the things that you say and you do. You're more likely to step outside of your comfort zone and strive for better. You adopt that growth mindset. And loving yourself means wanting to be the best version of you every day. I know that for me, I strive to be the best version of myself every single day so that I can show up for you, my audience, and provide you with real information that can help you going forward with your life. But I want you to also understand that loving yourself is not only about being the best version of you for when you show up in the world, it's about knowing yourself and loving every single molecule of you, loving every hair on your body, loving the skin you are in. A lot of the time we body shame ourselves. We don't love what we look like. We don't love ourselves. You must love every part of you. Now, one of the things that I truly believe helps someone to start loving themselves is by recognizing their core values, who they are, what they stand for. Our core values are a part of us. They highlight what we stand for and represent our unique and individual spirit, and they help guide us in how we interact with others and how we navigate our lives, providing us with a personal code of conduct. When we honor our personal core values, we experience fulfillment. And when we stray from our core values, we often experience discontent. And this usually results in us not particularly liking ourselves very much. I'll give you an example around social media. Hello, good morning. So I'll give you an example around social media. You know, you go through your feed, you want to see what people are talking about, you want to see what people are posting. Now you might come across something negative. And how does that make you feel? How are you going to respond? Does it line up with who you are as a person? That's how I, as a person, navigate my way through my social media feed. If it's not something that like it really relates to me as far as like how I am as a person based around my core values, which are integrity, empathy, kindness, and courage. Those are my 4 core values. As you notice, that integrity is my number 1, meaning doing the right thing. Even when it doesn't align with other people and their vision, I will always strive to do the right thing. So again, around core values. So when it comes to social media, I don't get as many negative posts on my social media feed anymore because, again, Facebook will, by the way, put in your feed that which you are liking, that which you are sharing and commenting on. So if you want more positive things to come into, or less negative to come into your feed, stop commenting on those negative things. I will not like, I will not share, and I will not comment on things that do not align with my core values. So that is what I mean by core values, helping me to love myself and helping me to like navigate my life. So again, as I said, your core values help support your vision for your present life and help shape your vision for your future. They're the essence of your identity, your principles, your beliefs, and your philosophies. And that is why it's important in life to have our own personal core values that will guide us through our life with our true purpose in mind. So if you were wondering who you are as a person, what do you stand for? Who are you? What do you believe in? Are you one that believes in negativity, or are you one that believes that there's positivity will help shape your life better, that will help drive you forward better, that will help get you to your next goal in a much easier, more calm, focused, and clear path? Or are you one that is going to allow those negative things to distract you from being fully present in your life, from looking to your future? This is why I truly believe that when you know in your heart who you are and what you stand for, that you will start living your life better. You'll want to live your life better. You'll want to be that better version of yourself. And in essence, you will start loving yourself more. Now, learning to love yourself, it takes time. It takes focus and purpose. And you have to look inward to understand what makes you you. It takes courage to do that, to look inward towards your true self, right? Because sometimes we don't like the reflection staring back at us, but we can change that. We can learn to be that person that we want to be for ourselves first, okay? Because you have to love yourself for you first. And then you can be that person that you want to show up in the world as, that you want to show up in your daily life around the people that you are initially around, your family, your friends, your coworkers, and then for anyone else when you're on social media. We can learn to love ourselves. It's in each and every one of us to make that choice, to be the best version of us, and learn to love the skin we're in. Or we can do another thing. We can choose to despise our reflection and never move forward and allow this piece here, our emotions, to manage us. Because it all comes back to this, comes back to this cycle, and comes back to our emotions. That's how this cycle ties into loving yourself. Because loving yourself is empowering your inner hero to guide you through your emotions and not allowing your inner villain to manage you. Your inner villain is your negative self-talk, and it's the one that will tell you that you are not worthy, that you are not capable, that you are not good enough, that there's no way that you can achieve these things, that you should give up because it's not in your makeup, that you are not privileged, so why bother, that you have no resources, so don't go looking for options or ways to do things. Your inner villain, your inner self-talk will do all of that, will say all of that. And oftentimes, what do? We listen, because we listen to ourselves more than we listen to anyone else. Someone else can tell you a compliment about yourself and say, you are amazing. I look up to you. And you look at yourself in the mirror and think, what do they see that I don't? It's because you're allowing your inner villain to be the one to dictate who you are. Your inner hero, that positive voice, has always been there and always will be, and is ready for you to take control. That's why I became a coach, to help others learn about this, teaching them about it, so that they can understand and learn to strengthen their own self-awareness muscle around their triggers, make better decisions when they are emotionally triggered, and thereby what are they doing? They're living a more calm, they're living more clear, they're happier, more clear life, they're happier, they're focused, they have a positive outlook on their life, and they have purpose. Now, through your inner hero, that positive voice that I'm talking about, you're learning to love who you are and what you have to offer the world, which is much, by the way, because we all have a vision, we all have a plan, we all have a purpose. And when you love the skin that you are in, the person that you are, you're more likely to give of yourself. You're more likely to give your inner hero permission to guide you through this. And when you are emotionally triggered and understand that you are in that space, you'll be better equipped to make more positive decisions in the things you say and do that won't be damaging to your relationships or your goals and aspirations. It all begins with you loving yourself. Let me just clean off my little thing here. Sorry, guys, I had to clean off my camera a little bit. I'm going to close my blinds, a little bit glary. So, yes, it all begins with loving you. Here's the thing, though. Loving yourself, or taking this journey to loving yourself, can feel very, very scary because of fear. Fear that you won't be enough. Fear that you won't be good enough. Fear that you're not capable. And that is your inner villain telling you to believe that. To believe that truth, to tell you that that's your truth. It takes courage, yes. But like I said, we all have an inner hero within each and every one of us. And when we allow ourselves to stare fear in the face because we've had enough, and we allow ourselves to be open and willing to accept that some things may or will have to change, and allow ourselves to pivot if necessary, we open ourselves up to finding the joy in learning to love who we are. And through our core values, that will assist us in learning who we are so that we can take the road to true self-love. Don't let fear of the unknown or your fear of not having control over how something is going to turn out stop you from loving yourself. Don't let your inner villain tell you that you're not worthy or not capable or not good enough. Don't let your inner villain let fear control you, because fear is powerful and it can stop you for sure. Stop you if you listen to it. It can stop you from stepping into your own greatness, which I believe we're all capable of. It can stop you from allowing yourself to believe that you're worthy and that you are capable. And because of that, your inner villain, I use the inner villain terminology a lot because it's true. Our negative self-talk is a villain. And so I call it your inner villain. And your inner villain will remain in control over this piece, your emotions, because you're allowing fear to manage you. This is why I created a program around this. And I've worked with and I've helped others strengthen their own self-awareness muscle. So now they can spot their own triggers, being self-aware around them. And that's helping guide them to make better decisions based on how they're feeling when they are emotionally triggered. My program is my 90 Days Accelerator program, Manage Your Emotions, Master Your Life. And it's open for enrollment. And I want to work with you if you're ready to take back your power over your emotions, because it is your power. Your inner villain doesn't have to be your master. You can empower your inner hero, because your inner hero is waiting for you to say, I'm ready. Your inner hero loves you and is waiting for you to love yourself back. It's so hard, yes, I know, to look in the mirror and love who is staring back at you. And oftentimes it's because we've allowed everything else around our fears, around everything else, to dictate who we see staring back at us. And we tell ourselves that that person is not good enough. Don't allow fear to keep you a slave to your emotions, because you have the potential to step into your own greatness. If you allow your positive voice to take the lead so you can become more confident and in control around this whole cycle that you're going to manage, you're going to navigate this sometimes multiple times a day. So I want you to be able to learn to love yourself so you can manage your emotions and start living the life that you want to live with more clarity, more focus, and with purpose. Now, I want to say this because I want you to know how important this is. This is really something I want you to really think about. We are in a week entering a new decade, not just a new year, but a new decade. And so we're hitting reset on another 10 years. And I want to ask you, did you reach those goals? Did you do the things that you wanted, that you set aside, that you actually said this year, 2019, this is what I see for myself, this is what I want for myself? Did you meet those goals? Did you hold yourself back because you let fear hold you back? And that you let your emotions manage you? Are you willing to repeat another year or 5 or 10 years, another decade with your emotions still managing you because fear is holding you back and keeping you a slave to your emotions? If you are ready, click on the link in the title notes and let's set up a call to see if you're a good fit, just to see if you are a good fit. You might not be a good fit because maybe you aren't ready, but maybe you are. And if you are, let's get you on the right footing to get started, getting your new year started, your new decade started, where you're living your life with clarity, confidence, commitment, and of course, happier and content. Now remember, time waits for no one. If you're still on the fence about the rest of your life and what it will take, what you'll do for you so you can start loving yourself more and living a more positive life to reach your next level, you have to ask yourself, am I allowing fear to be my master, and am I okay with that? Am I willing to allow my inner villain to keep on managing my emotions that are managing me, keeping me a slave to my emotions because of fear? Fear of the unknown, fear that I'm not good enough or capable enough or worthy. Because fear, again, has no problem staying your master, loves working in tandem with your inner villain that's managing you when you're emotionally triggered. Your inner hero is counting on you to start believing in yourself. It's your choice to decide. Are you ready to take responsibility for your words and actions? and empower your inner hero so that when you're emotionally triggered, you can make better decisions in how you respond? Or are you okay with your inner villain ruling you and keeping you a slave to your emotions? Yeah, tying you down to this piece, never being able to be present in your life, working, confidently with clarity and focus on your life so you can look forward to what's next. If right now you said I choose me, then I want you to click on the link and see where this can go. And the cool thing is the call is free and you'll come away with knowledge, at least knowledge about where you are, who you are, and where you are on your journey. Are you ready to start loving yourself so you can empower your inner hero with confidence? Or are you okay to let your inner villain stay in control? Because it is up to you. It's up to you how you navigate this cycle. Inner hero or inner villain? Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate that you are on live or watching it back. Again, I appreciate your support. Remember to navigate your day with an attitude of gratitude, because with the right attitude, it will put you in the right mindset to take on whatever life throws at you, because life is happening. And this piece is part of life's plan. So I hope that you have a great day. And I hope that your day, if you at least have the right attitude, if something happens, that you've learned that loving yourself is really important and that you have the power to take this back. So click on the link, let's set up a call. I am looking forward to connecting with you. And if there's anything you want to talk about other than the program, I'm also all about that as well, because I'm here to serve you. This gives me great joy to help you. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.